Hello, you guys. I hope you're doing well. I wanted to share with you some very important information about the clitoris that most of you do not know. Did you know that the clitoris is as big or bigger than a penis, but it's internal, so that you just don't know about it? I'm going to show you some diagrams from this book about the clitoris, and then also I highly recommend that all women and men get this book. She doesn't know me, I get no money off of it, but I think this book explains the best where the clitoris is, why you want to be gentle in touching it, how the clitoris likes to be touched, why the instant direct touch is not the way to go. And I guess the main tip I would give you is that you must understand the clitoral network and touch a woman more from the outside in. Don't just make a beeline for the glands of the clitoris. That is just like so disgusting and unpleasant. But it's not your fault, because women don't always know what they like, because everything's internal. It's hard to see, and we're not taught about our bodies. So videos like this are super important. I'm a grandma now, so I feel like, hey, I'm not, I don't let guys get with me. This is an educational channel, and I hope that people will take this video with the educational intent that I have for it. So thank you so much for watching my video, and now let's get into the diagram here in this book. All right, in this diagram, here's the vaginal opening. Here's the urethra. That's where the urine comes out. And this is the little button, the glands of the clitoris. So when you're looking at a woman's vulva, you'll see her vaginal opening. You may see the tiny pin of the urethral opening. You'll see the glands of the clitoris, and then all this will be pink tissue. What you will not see is the vagina, the bladder, the pubic bone, and you will not see the erectile tissue because it's internal. All of this erectile network, the shaft of the clitoris, the legs of the clitoris, and the vestibular bulbs are internal. The perineal sponge is internal, so you don't see that at all. But it's there. And this is from the book Women's Anatomy of Arousal. I highly recommend it. There's some very good tips here. How to touch the clitoris. For example, I'm going to read this first tip. It's super important. The outer lips are frequently ignored as a pleasure zone and mainly thought to be there to protect the delicate parts within. Guys, don't overlook them. You can play with those juicy vestibular bulbs from the yard, that is, to the outer surface of the outer lips. Another tip. You've all heard about how vitally important the clitoris is to female arousal. I applaud you for wanting to understand and attend to it. However, it's not a magic button that you can just press to get instant arousal or orgasm. The clit is sensitive, tiny, and tricky. Pleasing it and her properly is a delicate matter. For many women, the head of the clitoris is so sensitive that it can't be touched directly, or if so, only with great care. Remember, guys, this tissue is way more delicate than the tip of your tongue or fingertips. The clit sensitivity also changes as your partner's arousal level heats up. The hotter she is, the more likely it is that she'll want direct clitoral stimulation. Yet there can also come a time of extreme arousal when she becomes ultra-sensitive and less is more again. I warned you, the clit can be very tricky. So I highly recommend this book so you can look at the many diagrams and also notice the erectile tissue around the urethra. That's what some people say is the G-spot. And for all the many tips, it's a very good book. Here's a painting I bought on Etsy. That's a beautiful painting of the clitoris. And the only parts that you will see are the vaginal opening, the urethral opening, and the glands of the clitoris. The rest of it you do not see. You do not see the clitoral legs or the vestibular bulbs. They're all internal. It's all erectile tissue. As much erectile tissue as a penis has. And the nerves can go in many different directions. This is a beautiful painting. So, and again, here's the book that I recommend.